purposes of this particular by-election, it came about as a result of Mr. Nyandiga moving from Nyanza Western to Nairobi, change of employment, and therefore a representative based down there to manage the affairs of the region became important, and so that position fell vacant. So then he resigned from council, because this is a national council position. We had two candidates that qualified through the process, so that ended up having Mrs. Patricia Okello and Mr. Stephen Ajode. A few things that I need to note as the oversight of the election. Very many things that are observed during this election, really, that we will have to take care of into the future. One is the fact that Nyanza Western region has slightly over 600 members in total for now. However, the number that was qualified to vote was about 355. Slightly more or less, but about 355. By qualified to vote, it means you've paid for your registration as a member of the institute, you've subscribed, and that you're in good standing, and therefore you receive a token to vote, because we vote online. Now, that is almost half the number of the members that should be, and therefore we are calling upon our members to really rise up and ensure that they are compliant. An election of a professional membership body is not in itself a light matter. It's an election like any other election with rules to follow, with a returning officer who has got no link to the professional body, and therefore the rules they issue as a returning officer must be followed. A few things to note was the fact that members were not following rules. Members did not even verify the register to be sure their details were correct or accurate in time within the window period of a whole week that was provided. The claim that politics is dirty does not apply to a professional body. We are professionals who must behave with decorum, with respect. There is no need to allege certain things. For example, some of the things I watched on social media was somebody alleging that a candidate had sold land and so was using money to bribe candidates. These are professionals, so we cannot say things like this unless we can truly, substantiate them. When you have a concern, you have my email. They had my email. They all have my email. They had an email address of the returning officer. You all have my phone number, and you could all reach out to me. And I actually did say, please send an email directly to my address. And therefore, if you have that window, then direct your concern to us so we can address it. I think I also must commend members that once we called our members to order, indeed, they came back on track, and we started seeing a good spirit of campaigning, a good spirit of seeking out information, and anybody who hadn't received their token, it went through, and they were happy to report that they have voted. And therefore it's important that members, come out and vote, and elect the leaders they would like to see at the leadership level of the institute. At the secretariat level, our commitment with all the team members, my colleagues, is to make sure that the process does not have a hitch. And I must say, from where I stand, this is one of those by-elections that I've again handled, because I've handled two. This was the second this time around. That went on smoothly after we solved a whole lot of concerns about the token, about membership eligibility, etc. And so then everybody then tended to get their token. Obviously, others would come out to ask for tokens as late as last night, 8 p.m. Then there's nothing I can do about that. If I cannot verify your membership eligibility, then I'm not able to speak for you unless you give me that evidence. And so while the election voting of course ends at midnight, then that means you should have verified. Make sure you are okay to make sure that you receive your token, because voting is 3 days.